Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalMister.com's Daily Brief Recap. Oh, man, that's a mouthful. Let's see. Live, what are we doing here? Is this thing working? Hello, everyone. Yeah, it is. Awesome. Okay. Welcome back to the Frivolity. Of course, Mondays, you can see here, is it the 28th? So I guess it's month end day. We have Sjord, our CTO, TRI-CTO, come on the call. I have to say, this is one of the most bullish sort of reports that we've had on a Monday about both the stock market and specifically about crypto. We've had in quite a while. So thank heavens the sell in May and walk away sort of scenario is playing itself out. And hopefully we're getting close to some sort of the South, how do you say it? The Australians, Southern Hemisphere, I guess. They have their tax loss selling deadline here at the end of the month. So we do often see that actually there's an impetus to sell assets into that event, and then of course look for a bottom following. Also, too, a lot of the professionals, they kind of clean up their books coming out of the month of May and just simply head off to the Hamptons and count all their money and live that sort of, socialite lifestyle through the summer. Think of things like The Great Gatsby and all that. Believe it or not, there's a whole class of our society that lives that life. So the rest of us, Brian's still here blabbing away. We actually could have a cute little rally window here set up for us, and especially in crypto, think sort of summer market, kids market. This is a venture capital. It's very sort of, next generation millennials. This is kind of like their little playpen, and we'll have this playpen established probably for the next couple months. And once we sort of get settled into our fun playpen and we bid prices up and everybody's feeling bullish again, then the pros will come back from the Hamptons in September, October, and knock the whole fucking thing back down again. But what the hell, eh? Make hay while the sun's shining. Might as well. I do believe most of the worry that I had about price when Coinbase was doing its IPO, when Mr. Musk was making a fool of himself and coming in and touting himself as some sort of, crypto expert. Hopefully that's done, but my hunch is he's not done, and there's probably going to be another wave or two of those. Still, for whatever it's worth, I still have a shitload of Doge on the books. Sjord, he is super jazzed about this Luna project and the way that it's developing and all the various different offshoots of it. I think I would much rather be accumulating this kind of name, looking for a stab up top, or, I suppose, I guess bot setups, they're off the table now. Probably best to now do things like reload zones. Hello. I've often said, you've heard me say before, that 78.6 is, do we still have another week or two, or even, a couple of weeks of mess ahead of us? Could be. Or is this in itself is a bit of a harmonic and that's the bottom? I don't know. Tough to say, but I'd rather have my money working in ideas like this, especially move out of the classic. I mean, I don't think Doge is DeFi. I think it's still, ironically enough, very much the old sort of mantra, cryptocurrency. So I think I would much rather try and slide myself out of those kind of stories and into these kind of stories. And I've told you guys, I said it the other day, I'll say it again. You can see the big yellow circles. I think that was actually a fantastic little buy window there. I was able to grab some. I don't really want to chase up top here. I would, ideally actually like to see it come back down here. I just don't know whether it is or not. fascinating how we bumped up against the top of value here and we're rejected. I actually kind of think maybe we're going to do like a head and shoulders. That's the head that just happened. So back up we go and something like that. That wouldn't surprise me over the next sort of 3 or 4 months. And then, September, October, I am worried about some sort of panic dump. But this, oh my God, if you can somehow take advantage of this window, like I said, reload zones, buy opportunity of a lifetime kind of idea. But this is going to be like laser beam buying opportunity window of a lifetime right in there. If we can get that dump, and hopefully it has to do with things like the U.S. government, it has to do with things like COVID, it has to do with things like the U.S. Federal Reserve, stuff like that has absolutely nothing to do with Mr. Vitalik, because that's basically what happened this dump, and why this was such an incredible window is because this dump in crypto and ETH, Bitcoin. Remember, I've gone on endlessly about Kevin's wonderful buy off the bottom here in Bitcoin. This had nothing to do with cryptocurrencies. And those are the kind of sell-offs that you really want to try and take advantage of. So that's what I kind of see is going to happen here. I wouldn't be surprised. It sucks, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's one more big sort of wave of with the sickness and all that. I wouldn't be surprised, folks. So just be aware. All right, so your story. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away. I'm supposed to concentrate on this, but I often get completely derailed. Well, let's see if we can do something half decent for you today. So, US dollar index, world hegemony, all that. I actually think it's turned the corner. I thought it turned the corner here. We came and tested those lows. Beautiful bottom. What's that? 1, 2, 3, triple bottom. Maybe even a quadruple bottom. Now kind of looking A, B, C, D, E, which would take us up into foggies up top. I like that thinking. I wonder whether we've transitioned from a world where US dollar strength is actually a sign of growth, and US dollar weakness is actually a sign of weakness. That might be the case, because that's what's supposed to happen here, folks. I remember dot-com boom. US dollar index was super strong through the whole thing. And US dollar. So, I don't have a trade right here. I am long a bunch of calls out into 2022. Might even consider buying some 2023s in here. We'll see how it goes. But right now, nothing. US stocks continuing to press higher. Looking kind of nosebleedy, I'll be honest with you. They kind of feel nosebleedy. We have a group on the site that are day traders, and we trade the ESs and the gold and all that kind of fun stuff. Oh shit, look at that signal did come in, Kevin. Damn it. There it is. There's the W. Beautiful. Look at that turn there too. Sweet. Anyway, I was musing with the audience earlier that I thought there might be a long setup coming in here. But point here is day traders, what I'm actually looking for, believe it or not, is stock market, some pretty big upside objectives. I think that a massive inverted head and shoulders, and you see what crypto's doing. It's pointing back up again. But I think this massive head and shoulders wants to take us up into here. And I'm getting the impression that Mr. Biden's playing the political game. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. He's sort of buying the votes to get his stimulus package passed. And I get the impression that's going to happen. And if anything, this almost looks to me like it might be a buy the rumor and then sell the news on the actual event. That could very easily be. So based on this inverted head and shoulders, I think we're going up here into this 4,300. How we get there, usually the market likes to sort of stair step its way higher. So my latest sort of bought incantation, AB. I suppose now maybe we might go AB all the way up to there because that was a new high. And then we will clone that and we will go CD, something along those lines. Coming out of Friday's session, um, we had this upside objective. You can see Friday produced this level to get in, and there was the day trade. And then as you know, I just have a rule: don't take any chances. 15 minutes before the New York close, got to close out position. So that's what that is. But I think this market's still, look at it. I mean, higher highs and higher lows, everything's still pointing up. And notice now this bot, if it does come in, well, it's going to be basically the same price objective. And also, too, I noticed this happens a lot. Somebody mentioned this morning, which I thought was really cool because it just goes to show that they're paying attention. Um, but notice how they took the market out on Friday afternoon. And notice how if this bot does fire, it's basically going to be like they were told to hop off, and now they're going to be told to hop right back on at basically the same level. This signal hasn't come in. We had a 3-minute little sort of trend line break set up. You can see that there, right through there. But because I'm a botter, I have to see 3 higher lows. So, a nice little 3-minute bounce, great. But because it made new lows, I got to start my count all over again. So 1 low, 2 lows, 3 lows. Maybe we get something. I might set up like that. You can see, though, too, the problem that I have about this trade is we're running out of time for the day traders. This is, you can see right there, 12:45, because the market closes 1 o'clock my time at 1300 hours. Say 12:45 down here. So there is 12:45. Trade has to be closed by then. So you can see I'm not going to have enough time for this to set up today. We'll see. Maybe this will set up tomorrow. But as I had said before, ultimately, I think that the market wants to move all the way up here. So how I get in on this, well, just got to slow and steady. Just pick my way through here, but there was nothing for me to do. And if anything, that makes sense because I don't like to do trades on Mondays anyway. Okay, so there's the stock market. Oh boy, Brian sure is long-winded today. Oil coming off a bit. So if anything, technology should like that. Technology hates when oil is so strong like this. Not really a buy or sell signal, just a down day. Did move to new highs. I don't think it hit any key technical objectives. If this goes, of course, and M's out, then of course we have something to work with, but I don't really see anything there to comment other than it's a down day. Bonds, on the oil being down, they should be a little happier. Stocks kind of wavering here a little bit. That should make them happier. I don't like bonds though. I'm hearing a lot of people, a lot of sort of peers and stuff, Larry Williams, those kind of people. They're long and they're bullish of bonds. I don't know. I mean, you've heard me squawking about how I do not like the interest rate environment right now. I actually think there's a huge crisis coming that's brewing. I think these bonds are going to roll over hard here. I mean, it's still the MMT nonsense. These people actually believe that money is free. Nice. I think that the Federal Reserve was just waiting for the Jupiter-Saturn cross, which was the official pivot for the interest rate cycle. Now that that's come and gone, Fakese, they've got the dilution machine going. Now they can literally screw all the third world countries that are over leveraged. And oh, by the way, I believe Canada is extremely vulnerable. I wouldn't even be surprised to see that this whole fucking, 2008, you Americans saw the U.S. financial crisis. There is no reason why the exact same scenario shouldn't happen in Canada now. The exact same scenario. It's a bit tragic, frankly, what I see happening here because these local people, they just don't see it. Just like if you go watch that Big Short, those people, before the market melted down, they couldn't see it. The guy who was running the head of Bear Stearns was up on stage with the Big Short guy, and he was going, "You're crazy. Our stock is rock solid." And as he is saying it, the stock's collapsing. So I think I showed you guys, and I love this. This is TRI is getting ready for the future. How can I tell you? TRI's signaling system told us to buy Viacom. I've been squawking about you. Thank you to the person who reminded me, Brian, pay attention. Went and bought some calls. I'm feeling pretty damn good today. So the system's working. And then also, too, this is the coup de grace. System told us to go short these Canadian bank stocks. Oh my God, that trade just looks beautiful. And what's even better is this trade looks even better versus the States. That just looks like poetry. So the system's working. There's no real reason for me to touch anything here. System's telling me to take trades. I'm taking trades. Away you go. What I am kind of fun is that, hey, wait a minute. I thought you said the stock market was toppy. Hey, stock market's rolling over here. What's going on here, Beamish? Bang! Look at that trade. Where's the bar stool, guys? Why doesn't anybody come out and go, fuck, Beamish? I've never seen anybody go and pick stocks, buying at $1.70, selling at $7 in like what, 4 or 5 months? When was the last time you ever saw anybody give you those kind of stock picks on a consistent basis? Banging out doubles. Bang those fucking doubles. It's bang them, bang them, bang them. It's what I do, folks. This is what I do. I feel pretty damn proud of myself. I mean, fucking A. Anyway, what can you do? And there's great things. I can see tomorrow's stories. Look at this. We're loading up on this one. They're just sitting there. Whether you participate or not, that's up to you. So anyway, lots of fun. Party. Try and manage risk. Come up with a plan. You're never going to be right 100% of the time. Don't take too much risk. I tell you, block stocks. I actually stepped in and bought some of this coin the other day. This thing looks like it's trying to turn, and I like this as the blockchain stocks as a good sort of leading indicator. Went and picked up a little bit of this Bitcoin ETF the other day in Canada. Again, interesting. I wouldn't really call that a good-looking bottom. That looks pretty messy to me. But good old Sailor. Look at that. That's a W, son of a bitch. We were kind of talking about, was that a valid Wyckoff check here? Interesting. I would keep a real close eye on this guy. Not really the best looking bottom yet. If anything, David, if you're watching this, maybe this is one of your Eve and Adams. Could be. Probably move up through that neckline, and we should really get paying attention. But Mr. Novogratz wants to be listed down in the States. I think that would be sort of Christmas wish list for Mr. Novogratz. Can he get his stock listed down in the States? And then that way, like real institutional players can actually come in and start buying. So keep your eyes peeled for this. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a trade brewing down the pike here on this bad boy. Also, too, kind of fun, into the summer. Probably going to be some money made on these, actually not that one, these things, these NFT plays. You can see they're all kind of floundering now. But, that's the thing is that us, when we're selling abs on doubles and all that kind of shit, well, we're paying attention when these things kind of look like shit like this. This is when we have to pay attention. So I do kind of like what I'm seeing out of some of these. That doesn't look terrible. We start getting big fat W's coming in here, and this thing's going to start taking off. Actually, what I'm seeing in the marketplace, which makes me quite pleased, is the whole crypto market. I've said this before. I like the idea as crypto as a leading indicator. And you can see, this is the corn himself. I'm seeing a lot of we're starting to try and find bottoms. Probably even better to just go and look at crypto itself here. So screw you, bonds. You're boring. Oh, that's old man kind of investing. Gold. Yeah, screw you. Let's head on over to crypto. W's. I mean, this is damn ugly. I had talked in the daily brief with the kids about how this is pretty good clothesline level here. Not a bad sort of lower time frame trade, maybe like 4 hour setup or something. Not a bad level whatsoever. Coming up into an interesting battle zone. And my message here for the site is, we're not allowed to take a trade at a trend line break. If you really want to get in on this thing, let's hunt for that W on the other side of this trend line. It'll come. Be patient. There's no hurry. And it might spike and then do that. Okay, fine. But it's this W over here. That's what we need to see. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And like I said, crypto is a nice leading indicator. In the risk space, I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's interesting to see Ethereum. Buying opportunity of a lifetime. I don't know whether this is the bottom or not, but I did step in and buy some. And I'm probably going to be on the buy side here repeatedly over the next, say 6-8 months through here. This is that buy window that I've been waiting for forever. Lots of little cryptos, you can see. Lots of green on the screen. The little ones are starting to come back to life. This is obviously one of TRI's favorites, the Luna. And I mentioned this earlier. I like what I'm seeing here. It hasn't quite turned the corner yet, but damn close. There's another one, EWT. I love the look of this one. This is one that I think Mr. Crypto, Mr. Chico, Mr. Tyler, I think he liked this one. I really like what I'm seeing developing here. This basically is everything that I want to see as a trader. So, we can go one by one by one by one by one. They're all basically looking very, very similar. Shitcoin 5000, slowly getting filled on these. These are more sort of fun, kind of having fun in the market. Can you generate free crypto? Because these things, they often pop really violently and you just quickly grab it and sell halves on doubles, blah, blah, blah. Some of Crypto Chico's names. In fact, actually, I thought there was another one that I added to the list here. But I like what I'm seeing here. Here's another example. Look at this chart. Oh, my goodness. Is that going to go and put in a W right there? Son of a bitch. They're setting up, folks. What you do with them, that's up to you. Are you going to participate? Obviously up to you. I can tell you, I've been on the buy side pretty heavily over the past little while, just slowly accumulating. And that's how I will be doing all the banging out doubles down the road. But it doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow. It does mean, though, that I like what I'm seeing. I think we're getting closer to the bottom than the top. And it's just a question of just patiently waiting for the W's to come in and the volume to start coming back. And away we go. And we start the whole damn game all over. So, put it all together, feeling much more optimistic than I was a month or two ago. I was like, oh, fuck, this is just going to end in disaster. And I was so angry at past students completely disregarding everything that we taught them and throwing that all out the window, just angering me immensely. And if anything, vindication now, stupid idiots. Now we can start thinking, hey, look at that. That's a green box. Isn't green boxes like buying windows? So we're starting to, this is this one. Look at this green box here. Hey, look at this, shitcoins. We're in green boxes. Green boxes are good things. So I'm feeling a hell of a lot better, and hopefully you hear it in my tone as well. Okay, if anything, oh boy, I got big meeting with the Liam government people today. Oh, now markets friendly, markets shining on me. And if anything, what I told the audience today is maybe JoJo and the market are all saying, Brian, you've dealt with the government for like 10 years. You've been patient. You haven't blown up. You kept your cool. What was that one that I banged off that nice win on today? Can't remember what it is.
MRIN.
Anyway. Yeah, there we go. MRIN, right? I think that's what it was. You've kept your cool. You've been a demonstrator of best practices. I think the universe has rewarded me for my generosity with working with the public and working with you. I try my best not to be a brutal shill, because I've been in this business forever. I know what the shill is, and I know how much I hated it when I was starting out. And I just wish there was a guy like me around, just to just sort of don't bullshit you and just give you the straight goods. So I think I've done my end of the bargain. Obviously, the market has rewarded me today, so I'm not feeling any pain. But if anything, I kind of like the idea that what the market's really trying to tell me is, Brian, just believe in yourself. You're a good person. You deserve to live with your son. I mean, is that asking too much? So anyway, wish me luck with the government people today, all. PMA for the win. Hopefully I can keep coming and being a positive influence in your life and have Liam sit beside me. Wouldn't that be fucking cool? Turn on the camera and you can actually meet Liam face to face. Wow, that would be awesome. Anyway. All right, everybody. Have yourselves a great day. Wish me luck with the government, people. All the best. Kevin, if you could take us on out of here. The only thing left for Brian to say is bye for now.